Hello legends, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and fear and greed. Firstly, with Bitcoin, what do I think is most likely to happen, and what for the first time would invalidate my thesis and make me think we're in a bear market? Now I get it, people already think we're in a bear market, and from the top to some degree I get it, it has been bearish, but it was also very bearish back here as well. Similar move, aggressive sell-off, bit of consolidation, big dump before we formed this rounded double bottom. Not exactly a double bottom because we did take out this swing low, but we then proceeded higher. Similar move, sell-off, consolidation, big dump. And then we've pretty much been sideways since, haven't we? We are still yet to take out this November low. But what's likely next, in my opinion, I do think we're going to take out this swing low. There's just going to be too much liquidity down here for the market makers to ignore, I believe. Because this is a perfect place where traders will get trapped. You will get shorts initiate on the break of this level. A lot of longs will have their stop loss beneath this swing low, and there will just be a melting pot of liquidity here. I think a trap for shorts here would be, it's an easy sell, isn't it? Initiate a load of shorts through here and then just reverse, thus leaving them offside when price moves higher. So very similar to what actually happened here. So that remains to be seen, but I do think we are going to take out this swing low. Worst case, well, second to worst case, is we come back, tag this key level here. Worst case, what would invalidate my thesis and make me think we were in a full-blown bear market would be if we closed beneath here. Again, where I've got a long-term view, I see this as opportunity. The lower we go, I will just continue to add at key levels. I'm not going to get into levels or make predictions on where price could be heading just yet, because we're still at 82,000. The timeline would have you believe that we're at $7,000. So until we break beneath here, granted as well, if we just flushed it and came back, I wouldn't be too concerned. But it would be if we got a close through, a retest, and were unable to get back above it. That's when I'd be thinking, oh dear. But it's not all doom and gloom, because if we look at fear and greed, let me get me over here. What we saw back in 2020 was that huge sell-off, mass panic, fear and greed dumped down here before then reversing. Very similar story back in 2022. We had this huge move to the downside. Note where fear and greed went. Bottom of this here, I believe, is around 17k. Granted, it didn't mark the exact bottom. We actually had a little move higher before a final sweep of this low, and we know it took us down to around the $15,500 region before we then made the move higher. But when we look where we are now, so since 2020, 6 years, we've only been down here on fear and greed 3 times. That does make me think we are closer to the bottom than the top. Keep in mind as well, if the worst happens and we do come down here, I don't foresee a bear market being as brutal as it was previously, largely due to the bigger capital, the bigger players in the market now. So those are just my 2 cents. Make of that what you will. But as I say, they're my 2 scenarios for now. Hope you got something out of this video. If you've got any questions, leave a comment. And in the meantime, trade safe, keep the faith, stay bullish. Cheers.